Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
Okay, well, I've just gotten wind that we're kind of getting teased that Skeleton Crew Season 2 might happen. And possibly more in the Skeleton Crew universe.
Really?
Really.
I mean, we know that show. I loved it. I actually thought it was really good. I mean, it's not.
For what it is, yeah,
It's not like the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
it's
That's
not Andor,
Andor.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's a really good, fun show.
Yeah, it's family friendly, so you could watch it as
Yeah.
a gateway to get your kids or younger relatives to watch some Star
Yeah,
Wars and have a good time.
Yeah, it takes some unexpected twists and turns. It's not super predictable. It had a lot going for it, but nobody seemed to watch it. It never cracked like the Nielsen top 10. So I
It's
kind
kind
of
of a
figured.
shame, yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to do more, but
But it was
maybe
well liked,
it
which can
was,
help.
yeah.
So what happened is John Watts, he was one of the two showrunners, the other being Christopher Ford. He kind of dropped like a season 2 tease, maybe even hinting at a spin-off movie. I don't know. He was talking to Collider at the Mediterranean Film Festival, and what he said was, I love Star Wars, and I would love to make more Star Wars. I can't say anything more. We always get in trouble when we do these interviews. I always say something and to get in trouble, like, I probably shouldn't have said that. You're going to get me in trouble.
Well, he can't get in trouble if there's nothing there, right? Like, he could say, I'm going to make more Star Wars, but if he's not making more Star Wars, he can't get in trouble. So that kind of implies
That
the
he
reason why he
might-
can't get in trouble. Unless he's just not supposed to say anything, which I'm sure he's not.
I don't know.
Either way.
It does sound like maybe they're in talks about doing some more.
I mean, I would like to see it.
Mm-hmm.
The first season was enjoyable, and they've said that they would go, into the future a bit, so we didn't have like the kids looking like they're in their 30s and trying to play teenagers like certain other shows. Cough, cough, Stranger Things.
He stresses that how he felt very confident in Star Wars and the future of Star Wars.
Okay.
He also said the two people that I worked with, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, as my main producers on Skeleton Crew, both made Star Wars movies. Well, Dave hasn't made his yet. Favreau made his, so I know that's for sure. So I was like, if we have something we want to make, we're gonna make it. I don't know about the rest of the development process and the people who come in and how large the Star Wars universe is, but at least in our little umbrella of Star Wars, our corner of the Star Wars sandbox, we were able to do things. Even if I worked on a Star Wars thing and it never happened, it's really just fun to use your imagination and make things that could happen in Star Wars.
So, a Skeleton Crew movie? Seems really weird that, I mean, maybe it's not a Skeleton Crew movie, maybe he's doing something else.
Or maybe the
Maybe
kids
he's not doing
or
anything, yeah.
other people from Skeleton Crew could make into the movies in a
Yeah.
way.
Well, I like the theory that Wim could be in Starfighter, even though Starfighter doesn't seem like it's going to be like about like Starfighter in terms of like the Republic or anything.
But why not? We know he was enamored with the X-Wings and all that.
Yeah, I think it was a cool idea, or him being in Rogue Squadron if that ever happens. Or we'll have to see what exactly Starfighter turns out to be, should it actually get made.
Well, Skeleton Crew was fun, and I think it was actually pretty well loved. It
I
was a
think the
fun
people
adventure. It was the Goonies
Yeah.
meets Star Wars, and it was kind of what was needed after the Acolyte came and kind of bashed the fan base in the brain.
Well, yeah, it kind of bashed itself in the brain too.
Yeah, we
But
needed the positivity that
we just
that
needed
Skeleton
something
Crew
to
brought
sit back and
in
enjoy. Yeah,
after.
it was like a palate cleanser before Andor season 2, and because Andor season 2 was excellent, but Skeleton Crew was again really enjoyable. Kind of like, oh, good, Acolyte done. Let's move on from whatever that was supposed to be. And
Well, another thing is you brought up already that one of the challenges Skeleton Crew Season 2 would face is the cast aging. Obviously, that's a thing. But we did an interview a while ago that they talked about if they made a Season 2, they would have a time skip, that they were going to take into account the kids aging.
yeah, we covered that, and
Yeah.
it makes sense. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean,
That-
it's not like there's a continuous story there anyway.
Right. The fact that they already thought of including that means that their brains were already on a movie or a Season 2.
I mean, I hope it happens.
One other thing we can't forget is Ryan Armstrong. She was recently hired as the Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot.
Yeah.
So her time will be a little more... It's
Yeah.
kind of hard to work around a schedule, maybe.
Yeah, plus, she's in school still. I mean, she's young.
One interesting thing, though, that Star Wars Galaxy map that came out, at Atten, the kids' homeworld is actually kind of close to where Grand Admiral Thrawn's new base is. Kind of saw
You mean
it.
on Dathomir? Is that what you're talking about?
I think so.
Oh,
I think at Atten seems to be a little closer to Dathomir than I thought.
all right.
Go
The
figure.
witches left it alone. They couldn't find it. It was hidden.
We know that Jod Nanawood, he might be the easiest character to bring back and slide into something. He's kind of a shadier. I used to be a Padawan-y type, learner of some kind.
That's picked up after. I was one of those Boken Jedi.
Yes. So maybe Jude Law will come back. Maybe we'll just kind of continue his story.
Could be.
There's plenty of places to go to continue the story of the Skeleton Crew.
Well, I like the kids. The kids were good. I thought their stories were good. Jude Law or Jod Nanawood was also good. I thought everything was good, but I'm actually, if I had to pick one thing to know more about, it would be about the Aten planets, whatever we want to call them.
Aten planets.
I want to know that story. I was kind of, if I had one big disappointment, it was that we really didn't learn much about all of that. These jewels of the old Republic.
They didn't have enough time to give us that information,
well, no.
And because the show wasn't made exclusively for adults, they didn't dwell on stuff that more of the adults would care about.
No, it was a very well made show, but I just wanted a little something and a little nugget of information, because there were a lot of cool theories, a lot of cool possible connections, and I just I wanted a little more of that.
Oh, I definitely agree. I really liked, and I think what's shown though in this whole show in Skeleton Crew was Jod's interaction with the kids.
That's what won the day.
Yeah. That is what won the day, and according to some charts and graphs and things that Sailor Movies look at, this show was more successful with Gen Z than any other demographic.
That might give us an answer as to why they would consider another season, because one of the things you really want to do with Star Wars is capture the younger generation and turn them into lifelong fans so that they're buying merchandise for the next 50 years.
Right, you get them hooked on something like Skeleton Crew, they start exploring the universe of Star Wars some more, and you've got a fan. You've got someone who you brought in, hooked, they'll connect with the older fans, and it's a great time.
Yeah, it's recycling.
It's like what our Discord does. Connects with fans of all ages.
It is. We have older, younger, we have all kinds, all across the world. I love our Discord.
It's super fun.
It is.
Everyone
it's
there
an amazing.
Awesome.
It is amazing community, and they all get along, which is really cool too. For the most part, nothing's ever perfect, but
there is a part of me, I'll go off on a small tangent here, that wonders if Disney is fishing. We recently had heard whispers of season 2 of Obi-Wan, and now we're hearing whispers of season 2 of Skeleton Crew, or a spin-off movie. Could Disney be sending out hooks to possibly see what bites?
Yeah, throw out the bait and see what you catch. I mean, that's I certainly think they do
how
that.
Are people reacting to things? Do they want these projects? They're going to get the information from the internet, obviously, from Reddit, from YouTube,
from people
they're
just like us.
They're going to hear. So,
we do a lot of market research for them. I mean, not us in particular per se, but YouTubers and anybody on social media who's putting things out there. If you don't think that they pay attention to what is said, you're fooling yourself.
But I feel like that's kind of a good thing to do at the same time, because if they're hearing what fans want and they listen to what fans want, shouldn't they do better?
You would think so, but there's still I think there's still arrogance factor of like, we know best, and like, oh yeah, the fans, this is what they want, but we know best, and what is going to be most profitable as well. Like, it's one thing for fans to be like, yeah, we would support this. It's another thing if they actually think they'll support that. I mean, Skeleton Crew does have the problem of low ratings, so even if it is well liked by those who watched it, if they make another season, are they actually going to get people to watch it?
Time will tell.
Yeah, but for now, that's all we got for you this time. So it is your turn to take to the comments below. Tell us what you think about Skeleton Crew Season 2 or Skeleton Crew the movie. That one I'm a little more hesitant and skeptical on, but whatever the case may be, leave those comments below. Let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.